We're live. Hello, everyone. It's Cheryl Millett here for Your Better Health. And I just wanted to come on tonight and speak briefly about a presentation that I created last summer for the purpose of further, reach out. I was used to doing a lot of live presentations, and I really wanted to reach out to share some of some experiences, some knowledge, and some information. And I just want to talk about the Awakening You presentation just for a few minutes here. Not something that is going to just come across like it's marketing or anything, but the idea with Awakening You is it's got three components. I mean, one component is what a lot of people understand, health, healthy lifestyle, the different components of a healthy lifestyle, and then five finger philosophy, which has to do with nutrition. One of the things that I find important about sharing this information is what I've learned over the years is it is more practical, it is simpler than you think. I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm not going to say that some have to do more than others. I'm not saying there's even a perfect, it's a journey. And a lot of people want to know how they can reverse their conditions, feel a lot better, live longer, more energy. So many things, so many areas in the conditioning. And what I saw more and more with healthcare practitioners is focusing on the inflammation as being the root cause of disease when it is not the root cause. It's like if you fall down and you hurt your knee and it gets red and it gets swollen. Are you going to blame the pain that you have in your knee on the inflammation? Or does it make more sense that because you fell and hit your knee, be it the sidewalk was crooked, is actually what we need to look at? It's the root cause. So you fix the sidewalk, right? Yes, you can deal with inflammation because pain isn't pleasant, but there are stages in the disease process that I learned from doctors from 100 years ago. And these stages really do bring some peace. They bring some, how can I say it? Yeah, peace. Where people can relax about what it is that we see in this world, of the confusing all around inflammation, the growing concerns and the growing number of uh, people who have diabetes, the people of, the obesity, the cancer. All of those things can be simply explained by Awakening You. So I want to let you know that 4 hours is really just the tip of the iceberg, but it's that foundation. It's the thing that holds up many other things that you'll be presented with, whether that means you're speaking to your doctor, or you're trying to give somebody some hope or some understanding so that they're not freaking out when they have cancer or been diagnosed with cancer. So in 4 hours, we go through some activities. I do give some knowledge, I share some knowledge, I share some experiences, some stories, some understandings, and then I'm going to absolutely give some simple solutions, some very practical, some tools. And then the second portion of it is the matters of the mind, because the mind and the body are connected. Most people understand that. And the understanding of the physical body at such a level is, who are we and what are we? And that comes through again in very clear information that you can take a deep breath and relax and feel much more comfortable with whatever's going on in your health, whether it be now or in the future. So the Awakening You is probably, just to make it simplified with all the other things that I do with teaching and counseling and consulting, is probably going to do it every other month or once a quarter. And I'll always offer 2 to 3 dates on within 1 week, so that I can see how many people. Maybe there's a certain date that's preference. This has happened in the past, and then you can select your date according to what it is. Would like to keep it to low numbers, even as low as 10 or as max as 10, so that at the end, there's always going to be questions. People are going to have questions. I mean, 4 hours, again, is just the tip, considering it's foundational information, but because of the information age, let's say, and many things come at us for health. Call it maybe the materialistic world, the capitalistic world, the marketing, the making money, all of those things. They come not only at corporate, they come in at well, business, health, the health field as well. So no field is immune when it comes to making money, and I'm well aware of that, and welcome you to come for the very low price that I'm always going to keep this presentation. Again, very foundational. I teach and share this information with a lot of my clients anyway, so that they have that foundation. Foundation is foundation. It doesn't change. In this presentation, that presentation, my 6-week course for your better health, or this Awakening You presentation, or right, in appointments. So I just wanted to, this was just kind of like a spur of the moment presentation that I wanted to do, some presentation talk that I wanted to do, that I wanted to kind of come in here. So I was just, I'm doing this video for anybody who wants to come across it and is looking for ideas. They're looking for tools. They're looking for tips. They're looking for solutions to, to improve their health, to actually prevent getting a condition, and for all the reasons that anybody that can do it. So I was just pouring over one of the groups that I have on Meetup. It has to do with health. And, I was looking through the comments, and some people definitely want to go into health because of the various conditions. Others want to have a holistic approach. Prevention is big. Without your health, what do you have? And sometimes we have to learn the hard way. Sometimes that is the catalyst, and sometimes that is just what people need in order to realize that the road that they continuing to go on is not the best thing for their health. So a number of things that kind of came out on what people are looking for. Yes, they're seeking knowledge. They want to understand about nutrition, healthy eating, even the supplement portion I can speak to. The other things is, they want actionable tools and practices and activities. Self-improvement, self-improvement. This is where going to go matters of the mind. Teach people what the ego is. It doesn't mean you're going to resolve and really appreciate what the ego is, but you will understand it and you'll be able to practice that and take it forward. Other things is definitely meeting with like-minded people, connecting with like-minded people. The thing about foods and all the questions around foods, what type of foods, what kind of foods, and all of those. And it's not really a cut and dry answer. It's not black and white. It's going to be unique to people as well. And this is an acceptance for people to go, there's no magic bullet, and there's not one way for everyone. So, yep, remedies in Mother Nature. I mean, from the group, I'm very big on nature. I think there's a lot to learn from nature. And I've been into wild food for now a handful of years. And I've been going more into like the mushrooms lately. Again, there's a broad range of things to get into that just makes up the pieces of the puzzle for your health. And that's the truth of the matter. And it doesn't mean we have to be busy on that, because life is meant to be enjoyed, right? Some of the other things that members were interested in, or comments, health is precious. Yes, health is very precious. And again, when you lose it, then do you really recognize what it is? So I recognize that people are sometimes having to put a little bit more effort in to either reverse something, to come back from, something, to move above it, to rise above it. So I go into the five finger philosophy, very, very simple. It's not directed at foods, it's the type of foods, for example, whole foods. And then talk to each of the five so you understand why it becomes important. So in the Awakening You presentation, we'll definitely go through the five finger philosophy, the basics around nutrition, the root causes of disease, which is what I wrote a whole 450 page book about, All Guts, All Glory. It was the driving force for me to do the book because a lot of people don't understand, are not aware, and therefore don't understand that there is a simple understanding why disease exists, why it's got simple root causes. That means it could be different for everybody, but at the same time, that is an important thing for people to understand. What are the root causes of disease? How does the digestive system play into that? The nervous system plays into that. So some of the other comments and shares from the Meetup Health Group is, yep, healthy living, healthy foods. They want wellness tips. They want to learn about living a healthier life. They want to, they comment, food affects our health. Yeah, it's the mind, body, always. Sometimes it comes down from the mind more than the physical, or it can be from the physical up for all the traumas that do exist and what food does to our body, how it affects our health. Optimizing the mind, body, health. Any new ideas? Some people who are well versed in health are looking for other ideas and a sense to elevate their understandings. The one thing I can say that I think for most people will appreciate is the amount of knowledge that I have, the amount of information, how I communicate this information, in a sense, try to simplify it. I think health is simplified. In fact, I've had to tell a few people, a few clients of mine, to take a vacation from the health minded, overly health minded. And that in itself can be very stressful. So many pieces I can speak to and bring some sense to things and answer any question you have on health. And I mean any question that you have, just to bring it into the context of the foundational, basic, simple information about health and our well-being and how the mind plays a role. So again, Awakening You presentation is coming up soon for this quarter. It's going to be Wednesday. It's online for Wednesday, April the 20th, and Thursday, April the 21st. So you have a choice between one of those dates if you want to do it online. Again, it's a 4-hour presentation, so it's from 6 to 10 to allow people to get settled at home, and or perhaps you're at home, and then at 10 o'clock you'll be ready for bed. So we do have breaks. I'm not going to say it's an ongoing, and during these breaks I do give some homework or some activities to do, and it's a break for anything. Then the in person, which is being requested by people now, back in person. Again, I'm in Toronto, so in Toronto is free parking. In fact, I'm only 5 minutes away. I'm close to Casa Loma, 5 minutes away from the St. Clair West subway station, or even less than 5 minutes from Bathurst with the Nina stop. But anybody who signs up for the Awaken You presentation, I will have an email. I will connect. It's a very one-on-one in that way, and then I will send the links to those people and any directions. And yes, there are things to prepare, things to bring, which will be the tools for learning. Absolutely. So the cost again is very cheap. I did do some introductories for several months, and just to work through some things to build it, to get feedback. But quite often I work in this way. When it when it works, when it comes through for me, it is just about 98% there. And then after I go through it live, it allows me to do some subtle tweaks that just improve it and make it better. And the other key thing about the presentations that I'm doing online, not so much in person, but because I'm doing it online, I'm going to try and see if I can tape it when it's in person, but I'm not quite sure if I can do that the way you can do it online. But there will be a recording. In fact, I have the past recordings. So if in fact it is necessary, then there's always the past recording. But I'm hoping to do both in person and online as well. So that is, again, for the online, it is Wednesday, April the 20th, coming up soon, and the Thursday, the April the 21st, and then the in-person is Monday, April the 25th. So I was going to do it of that week, but we have a long weekend coming up, so that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions here if you want to put comments below. I'm going to I'll try to put a little bit more information in the description for this video. But at the end of the day, it's like papers and papers here that I've poured over in the sense to make sure I've covered just about all the footings for the foundation that's required for people to be more at ease with what's going on with this event, be more at ease with all the increases in different conditions that continue to build, whether that's depression, cancer, diabetes, and so forth. I just hope to see you there. So join us for a Awakening presentation if any of this sounds like something that may interest you. And again, doesn't matter how much you've researched. I'm sure you have questions because sometimes it's conflicting information or you're just being pulled in 100 different directions. And that's what some of this presentation is about, is to bring you to being more grounded, feeling more at ease and more comfortable with health and understanding what it is. So with that in mind, I'll put links down below. Just go to CherylMillett.com and select on the Buy tab, and the first one is Awakening You. There'll be more information there, and then you'll be absolutely able to sign up there as well. And the dates as they come available, as I go from one quarter, next say it's just not, April's not a good month, I will update that. And also in the newsletters for your better health, I'll put it in there. I've actually got to send out a newsletter. I only send it out maybe once a month, every other month, or even a quarter, depending on what's going on. I'm not a big believer of putting too much stuff in people's emails by any means. I can see the benefit of it, but that's just not my nature. So again, I welcome any questions that you have, and I do look forward to answering them, and perhaps you'll be joining us then. So take care. This is Cheryl Millett for your better health, and all the best, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.